Get ready for a whirlwind of news. Donald Trump's White House UFC event faces a permit crisis, with local officials claiming they know nothing about the proposed $100 permit needed for UFC Freedom 250. Will this historic event on June 14th be unsanctioned? And the praise keeps coming for Alex Pereira. Former UFC middleweight champion Dricus du Plessis is dropping jaws, boldly stating that Alex Pereira is the greatest combat athlete to ever live, even putting him above legends like John Jones. We break down why he thinks Potin is the undisputed GOAT. We're diving deeper into the UFC White House event chaos. Is UFC Freedom 250 really at risk of being unsanctioned? We've got the latest bombshell update from a local official and what it means for fighters' records on Donald Trump's 80th birthday bash. And in a surprising turn of events, a heavyweight fighter on a serious six-fight skid has just been added to the UFC Perth lineup. Who is this fighter, and can they turn their career around on May 2nd? Stay tuned for all the details and make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell.
Looking for a fast-charging, ultra-responsive stylus for your iPad? Meet the 2X Fast Charge Active Stylus Pen, designed for 2018 to 2025 Apple iPads. Take your creativity and productivity to the next level. Click the link in the video description to shop now on Amazon.
White House UFC event in jeopardy over $100 permit. Donald Trump's highly anticipated UFC Freedom 250 event, scheduled for June 14th, to celebrate the 250th anniversary of American independence, is now facing a potential crisis. The event, planned for the White House South Lawn, could be declared unsanctioned by the D.C. Combat Sports Commission if organizers fail to pay a mere $100 permit fee. Commission Chair Andrew Huff stated, "We don't know anything," and emphasized that all promoters are held to the same standard, regardless of event size. The UFC's argument that they don't need a permit because the event is on federal land is being challenged, raising concerns about fighter safety, licensing, and the legitimacy of bouts counting towards professional records. UFC chief Dana White and President Trump himself have enthusiastically promoted the event, promising an amazing night with top fighters, but this permit issue could throw a major wrench in the works. Fans are buzzing about the potential for an unsanctioned fight night, questioning the UFC's handling of the situation and the implications for the athletes involved. Analysts are watching closely to see if a $100 fee can derail such a high-profile event. Don't go anywhere, because the drama surrounding this White House event is far from over. Plus, we're revealing who's calling Alex Pereira the greatest combat athlete ever. Alex Pereira declared, "Greatest combat athlete ever by former champ." In a bold statement that's shaking up the MMA world, former UFC middleweight champion Dricus du Plessis has declared that Alex Pereira is not just one of the greatest, but the greatest combat athlete to ever live. Du Plessis, speaking to Fight Forecast and Betway South Africa, argued that Pereira's rapid rise and success across both kickboxing and the UFC, culminating in a challenge for his third UFC title, is unprecedented. While legends like John Jones are often cited as the GOAT of MMA, Du Plessis believes Pereira's multi-sport dominance and current pursuit of history in the heavyweight division set him apart. Pereira is set to face Cyril Gane for an interim heavyweight title at the upcoming UFC Freedom 250 event, and Du Plessis is confident Potin will make history. The combat sports community is divided, with many debating Du Plessis's assessment and comparing Pereira's resume to other all-time greats. Analysts are weighing in on whether Pereira's unique path to potential three-division championship status solidifies his claim to the ultimate combat athlete title. But is Pereira's potential title win at the White House event even guaranteed? We've got a massive update on the permit status of UFC Freedom 250 that could impact everything. UFC White House event faces major setback. Unsanctioned status looms. The highly anticipated UFC Freedom 250 event, slated for June 14th at the White House, is facing significant hurdles as it may end up being unsanctioned. Andrew Huff, head of the D.C. Combat Sports Commission, revealed that the UFC must pay a $100 permit fee for the event to be officially recognized. The UFC's stance, as reported by the Washington Post, is that no permit is needed as the event is on federal land. However, Huff insists that all promoters, big or small, are held to the same standards, and failing to secure a permit means the fights won't count towards fighters' official records. This strict regulation includes requirements for fighter licensing, medical records, and commission-sanctioned weigh-ins. Concerns are also raised about the impartiality of UFC's own medical staff. Despite the star-studded card, featuring matchups like Ilia Topuria versus Justin Gaethje and Alex Pereira versus Cyril Gane for an interim heavyweight title, this permit dispute puts the legitimacy of the entire event in question. Fans and fighters alike are expressing concern over the potential for unsanctioned bouts, while sports commentators are questioning the UFC's approach and the precedent this could set. The situation highlights a clash between regulatory bodies and a major sports promotion. Could this permit drama overshadow the fights themselves? We're also tracking a surprising addition to the UFC Perth card that has fight fans talking. Heavyweight on 6-fight skid gets surprise UFC Perth bout. In a move that's raised eyebrows across the MMA world, a heavyweight fighter currently enduring a brutal 6-fight losing streak has been added to the UFC Perth lineup. While the specific fighter's name hasn't been widely publicized in the initial reports, the addition of a competitor on such a significant skid to a major fight card like UFC Perth is certainly noteworthy. This decision raises questions about the UFC's matchmaking strategy and what opportunities might still exist for fighters struggling to secure a win. Could this be a last-ditch effort for the fighter to revive their career, or a strategic move by the promotion? We'll be keeping a close eye on this developing story and who this fighter will face in Perth on May 2nd. Fans are already debating the addition on social media, with many wondering about the fighter's motivation and the UFC's long-term plans for them. The addition adds an intriguing, albeit controversial, storyline to the upcoming UFC Perth event. That's all the fight news you can handle for now. But don't go anywhere. We've got a lightning round recap of all today's top stories coming right up. What a show! We've got the UFC White House event in permit peril, Alex Pereira earning greatest ever status, massive updates on UFC Freedom 250, and a surprise heavyweight contender at UFC Perth. Thanks for watching news. If you loved this breakdown, smash that like button, subscribe for more epic content, and hit the notification bell so you never miss an update. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below, and follow us on all socials for behind-the-scenes action.